I didn't make up anything I said. I remember Letha. And I remember her on that video. Phone call with her. Me and Stacy and Niecy. And I said to everybody, she was beat up real bad. She was out of the car. She was leaning against her car, a van. She had on like a white sundress, a gown or whatever it is, but it was a dress. Her face was bloody. Her head was bloody. She was visibly beat up. And she said to us, Trey did this to me. That's what she said. And she got ready to leave. And I told her, I said, Letha, you're not going anywhere. You're going to the hospital. You can't go anywhere in this condition. Stacy wanted to send her to urgent care because she didn't want to deal with the bullshit that comes with dealing with Booger and Trey. I said, we're going to have a record of this. And I told Stacy to call 911, and I talked to the 911 operator. And I did. And I remember while we were waiting for the ambulance, and she sat on the steps of Niecy's house for the ambulance to come, and the ambulance came because I had Stacy to get her keys, and I remember them putting my cousin on a stretcher in the back of that ambulance. I remember the ambulance, the paramedic, asking her, just like we did, what happened. And she asked her who assaulted her, who beat her up. And she said Trayvonda, her daughter, did that to her. And I remember them taking her to the hospital. And I remember Niecy and Stacy following that ambulance to the hospital. Because Niecy was supposed to go to the doctor that day. I was on the phone with Stacy, and my mama and Niecy was on the phone. Mama was living here in Baltimore. That's how it went. Me and Stacy talked every day, and Mama and Niecy talked every day. That's how it is. Stacy and Mama and Niecy are very close, and me and Stacy are close. And we all just happened to be on the phone at the same time when Letha showed up at Niecy's house. She was beat up. They took her to the hospital in the ambulance. Trey came to the hospital. This is no lie. That's why I'm doing this live. Because for some reason, Trey think I'm scared. Because y'all didn't have anything to lose. I'm 56 years old. I spent my profession in my community. So I had a whole lot to lose. I was a professor and I was a teacher, and I did a lot of different stuff that my name was important. So I couldn't act like y'all. Y'all was blue collar workers. You worked at the factory. You worked at the casino. I didn't do that. So I had something to lose. And I wasn't going to lose it because y'all tried to make me lose it. Okay? So you understand, I'm not scared. I know what you did to your mama, Trey. I watched you over the years try diligently to assault me. You accomplished that. And we're telling that too. You assaulted my mother. And then you go to court and you act like we can't say anything about you beating up my mother. When are you responsible for your actions? Like, when are you responsible for going into that emergency room? When the nurses, and the other reason I wanted to make sure my cousin, who was like a mother to me, get in a hospital and went directly in the back, was sent by ambulance. That's how much of an emergency it was. You went to the hospital. Stacy ain't got to lie on you. And Stacy, you ain't got to be scared of her. Because this bitch crazy. And it's about time for family to be family and call Trey out for her shit. Y'all know, I live in Maryland. I'm in Baltimore. I've been away from East St. Louis for 30 fucking years. 30 motherfucking years have I lived away from, you don't know me and I don't really know you, but then again I do because y'all never, how y'all doing? I'm doing good. Yeah. Y'all never, I'm doing a Facebook Live. I haven't even cut it off yet. I was speaking to your daughter. That's what I was doing earlier. So I'm gonna stay on it anyway. but she went in the back. You went in the back, Trey, and you made Letha come with you. And quite honest, we don't know whether you made a sign out or not. Cause Stacy said you wasn't back there 10 minutes. And the same thing you said to your son, because he's the one talking a lot, was talking a lot. That's how we knew about the fight in the bedroom and the noise and the thump and the falling and the money that was won at the senior event where she got that money for Mother's Day. That's how I know who was with her. You got to be accountable for that. I don't care what Ruth Sims said in Memphis. She full of shit too. Because she's in her 80s. And for her to condone you assaulting my mother says a lot about who she is as a woman. You talk about character. You don't even know what virtue is because you don't have it. You're virtueless. You're characterless. You have no integrity. There is no moral baseline with you. You beat up my mother. And you beat your mother into a vegetative state, and I know it. And you had done so much to distract from it. You lied on me. You spread rumors on me. You created a big distraction. But the distraction is over, Trey. I remember what you did to your mama. I remember you beating up your mama, Trey. And I also know that the assault on your mother, the assault on me, the fraudulent protective order is all connected. It's a part of a great distraction. And nobody's finna get distracted from you telling people I called you a bitch and said, fuck you, hoe. I said that. Nobody's gonna get distracted from you saying I said fuck Letha. That's distraction. Nobody's gonna get distraction from you saying I called her a hoe, she called me a fag. Let's talk about it. That's what we do in this. We call names. Skippy said it best. We call each other a lot of nasty stuff, but we never put our hands on each other. We don't do that. He said that right after Harrison died. Stopped by to drop off one of Harrison's hats. And that's what Skippy told me for some reason. I don't know why, but if that was a conversation out of the blue, we say nasty stuff, and you're right, we cuss a lot. But we don't do what you did. You beat Letha into a vegetative state. You did that. I know that. I saw her. She didn't fall out of the bed. She didn't just have a stroke. Trey, you beat your mama up. And you beat the fuck out of her. You beat her bloody. And the difference with me saying it is people have never known me to just make up shit. I'm reputable. 30 years, honey, you don't know me. I have a whole bunch of people standing behind me, a whole state, a whole city, a mayor, state's attorneys, police chiefs. I'm somebody. Tell your auntie Ruth or whoever she is, if there was a definition in our family of big people, I'm it. My word is my word. That's why I have worked so hard to clear my name in St. Clair County. And as I was clearing it, I started realizing how much of a distraction this has become with you. Because I had to send in letters and shit from my doctor. Because you thought you could shame me because I'm HIV positive because of what you did to Curtis. I've been HIV positive since 2012. It's 14 years. I suffer from depression like most people do. With the exception is I go to my doctor.